In this video, I'm going to discuss the most passive way to actually get into residential assisted living. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown this channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you have not yet, feel free to check out the God Made podcast, Legion Assisted Living Academy, and Legion Assisted Living Advisors in the links down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Now, many of you have commented and emailed and asked me if it's possible to actually be passive in this industry in residential assisted living. And in most cases, it all depends on your needs, your goals, and what you're actually trying to achieve within this industry. And if that goal or that need or want is to actually operate the business itself, you're most likely not going to be able to actually be that passive from the business standpoint of residential assisted living. So what can you do and what can you get involved with to actually be passive and make money in this industry? And that is from either the investing in the business side and being a passive investor on that side by loaning someone money on an interest rate that they would need to pay you back on in a certain time period, or through a percentage of their cash flow that they actually make from their business. And the same goes for the real estate side of the business. So if you want to be the real estate investor of the business, you would essentially go ahead and purchase the real estate and rent it out to the operator, who then, that operator, if they're actually raising capital to start their business, would then need to pay rent, which the person that invested in the real estate would actually make cash flow off of the rent. And then that operator would need to figure out and structure how they're going to pay back their investors the capital that they raised to start their business. So that is where the most passive side of this business actually comes into play, is becoming an investor. And so for many of you, you may have some cash set aside to either invest or to start your own business. You're going to have enough capital to make sure that you can sustain the hard times, the times where you may be vacant for a month or two, and you're not really able to make a positive cash flow during those months. So in those cases, you need to have some reserves set aside. And in most cases, people don't have that, depending on the size of your business. And so what you can do in order to actually make your money work for you is get into a crowdfunding or a syndication on either the business or the real estate, depending on how you want to go about it. Real estate is probably going to be more conservative and probably less riskier for you, and you probably won't need to worry as much as if you're actually going to invest on the business side of things with whoever the operator is going to be. And this is a great way to actually make your money work for you. And oftentimes you don't need to invest too big of a portion of your money. It actually, because there's going to be other people investing in the deal, you can probably come in with a lower amount. And once you front that money, you're pretty passive at that point. For everybody wondering, why is that so intriguing and why is that such a passive thing to do? And why do a lot of people do it? Well, exactly for that reason. They have a good chunk of money set aside. And with inflation, you're actually losing value on your money every single year. And so when you're not making your money work for you, it's actually going down in value due to inflation. So if you're able to actually invest it, and not only invest it, but make some money while you have your money sitting there. And the nice thing about residential assisted living, in most cases, syndications, like my team and I, what we do is we'll acquire a property, rent it out to an operator, and if the operator chooses to exercise the lease option, meaning they can actually purchase the property at the end of their lease, at that point, that is our exit strategy, and that's when we're able to actually sell the property to the operator and not only pull our money out and the appreciation that the property has had during that period, but also the investors. And so during that period, we've made cash flow every single month, and then also get the appreciation on the back end of things. So that is essentially the most passive thing you can do as far as getting into residential assisted living. And like I just mentioned, when you're renting out the certain property to the operator, they're usually doing it on a 3 to 5 year lease. So you're getting that residual income every single month from that tenant or that operator for 3 to 5 years, and you're not having to go through tenants every single year and having to screen a new tenant every single year. And so for a lot of people getting into the business side of things this way, it's a lot easier, and they're not risking nearly as much as actually starting a business from the ground up. And more experienced operators, that's the way they choose to do it, is to actually rent the property. Like myself, my current property, I rented it to start my residential assisted living, and it's been great so far. It's year 3 for me. Once that lease is up, you're able to either relocate the business, or you're able to just go ahead and purchase the property if you choose to exercise the lease option. So at the end of the day, it's a really good benefit for the operator as well. They're not having to come out of pocket to purchase the property, right? They're able to write off the rent that they're paying every single month for their business. So for operators who really don't have a lot of cash either, and they're trying to get in or trying to expand their business, or even trying to get into their first property, renting a property for operators is a really good option. And it also is a benefit for investors who are looking to purchase the properties and have operators in them. And so that is really the most passive thing you can do as far as getting into residential assisted living, is to invest money in syndications that allow you to get return on your money every month, and then also when the property sells or it gets refinanced or whatever the case is, on a 3 to 5 year basis. So that's the really nice thing about real estate investing and just residential assisted living, that it's on a longer term, and then also with appreciation, and then also the monthly cash flow that you get. My team and I, when we're looking for property, we're always looking for property in great locations that an operator is going to succeed in. And not only that, but the appreciation in those areas and how well that property is going to appreciate. That way the investors and then the operators, everybody just overall benefits from the deal. So for anyone who's actually interested and you're willing to potentially talk more about it, my team and I work continuously looking for other deals and continuously looking to raise capital for properties. Feel free to email me. There'll be an email right here. And you can also email, my email will be in the link in the description down below. If you're willing to get in on something like this, on syndication or crowdfunding, to get more real estate for operators to rent, feel free, shoot me an email, and my team and I will get back with you, and we'll send you whatever deals we have available for whatever amount of money we need to raise and what the deal is. And each deal is going to vary depending on how we structure it, how many investors come in, so on and so forth. And we vet each investor, so make sure we'll probably contact you and interview you, so that way we can make sure that everybody's on the same page and you have an understanding of the deal. And yeah, with that being said, I just want to thank each and every single one of you for the support that you guys have shown on this channel. If you got any type of value from this video, feel free to hit the like button, feel free to smash the subscribe button, and yeah, feel free to email me and go watch all these other videos, and I will talk to you all in the next video. God bless.